Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is Stock Trade Ideas for the week of October 6, 2014. Today is Sunday, October 5th, and we're going to take a look at, let's see, 5 of them today. We're going to look at one we got out of, Best Buy, and then we're going to look at Facebook, Pandora, and then 2 that I'm watching, Yahoo and Raxspace. Okay, we're going to start off here with Best Buy. So that's what we got on the screen, daily chart of Best Buy. You can see the reason why I'm a little bit negative on it is I think we've got this rising wedge in here. And I did get in, when was it? Back here at this low, and I think it was on this day or this day, I can't remember which. Our initial target that I had set got hit actually within 1 penny right here on Thursday. And I was watching it pretty close, and the other thing I'd recommend is, I put a target out there, and that is a target, okay? It's not an exact science. If you want to get in or get out of it, get out of your position within 5 cents, within 10 cents, whatever, it's at your discretion. You get close, it doesn't have to hit to the exact penny, okay? And then it's bounced back. So I got out because it took a lot longer. I thought this was going to move quicker than what it did, given the way the market was somewhat negative. So when it got down to the target, I got out of all the options and grabbed the profit. Now it's bounced back, so I was very glad that I did. And now we're looking at this. I'm continuing to watch this because of the overall scenario that we've got in here. I'm thinking it may roll back down again. So I'm going to watch that pretty closely. All right, Facebook is another one I'm looking at for tomorrow. I actually had this out on the Trade Ideas webpage for Friday. We did not get an entry. We were looking down below here. And so now we're continuing to close below the 10. This looks like some kind of ending wedge, ending diagonal here to me. I think it's the end of a 5th wave. Let me back on out to show you. Okay. I think it's the end of 5 waves up. 1, 2 back, strong 3, a 4th kind of shallow. And then I think we've got this 5th wave here that is a lot. Look at the angle of ascent, okay? That's the other thing to look at. Let me look at something here. See if this works. No, that didn't work. Let me try. Anyway, the angle of ascent is a lot shallower than this angle, okay? This is a strong 3. The 1's not too bad, in here. But this one is flatter, okay? And so, seeing this flatness, then getting this wedge in here is why when I start to see it start to break down and start looking like we've got this wedge formation and then closes below the 10, that's when I start getting interested, okay? The next one is Pandora. And again, the details are on the Trade Ideas webpage. Pandora, on the other hand, has already broken down. We've had this, what looks like a triangle pattern in here too, kind of fluctuating back and forth between these lines that are slightly closing. And then it got this little rally point and rolled over. Now the 10 is below the 21, below the 55, below the 233. So all moving averages are aligned to the downside. Now, they're not descending dramatically, although the 55 and the 21, they're rolling over nicely. Now we're getting this pullback. So I'm interested because I'm not seeing any bullish divergence, okay? No, I'm not seeing anything really showing up here on the 3 indicators I've got. And so now I'm kind of intrigued to play this to the short side, to the downside again, thinking that maybe we get a retest of the low here at a minimum, and we may get a lot more than that. Especially if we're looking at, are we going to get like an A, B, C type thing? If you get that, then you're looking at, let me project this out from here, the length there, come back to here. And of course, that's pretty dramatic. That's a big move, but that's where this move will equal this move in points. The reason why it shows so much dramatically in here, so much bigger, is because it's on a semi-log. If I take this off a semi-log, you can see it's not quite, you can see what kind of a big move this was. So I mean, if this is A, B, C, so that's why, anyway, I'm looking to just play it for the downside. I have no idea if it's really going to go that far. That's pretty far. It's a pretty big drop. I don't know why it would do that, but right now I just want to get a line back to the downside because the trend's to the downside. Okay, that's Facebook Pandora. Let's take a look at Raxspace. Raxspace is one that I'm watching. It's very interesting to me because it looks like we've got a big head and shoulders. Shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. This is a possibility. I'm not saying this is a definite scenario. I'm watching this. I mean, the thing about this stock is that it's shown something like this before and almost looked like it was trying to do shoulder, head, and shoulder, and then it didn't materialize. It kind of broke down. This was just a B move, and then we broke down to the downside. That's the other thing, is it does look like this stock has corrected. Looks like it's corrected 71% is the number I've had down in here, okay, of a 4-year rally. And it looks like it's doing it in an ABC pattern. Okay, if you look back all the way, here's the move, here's an ABC pattern to the downside. Now, granted, this may not be complete, but this is a pretty good size correction. You know, this correcting all of this. So the other thing, let's zoom in on this. Okay, so the stock was rallying, and I think it's because they thought, you know, the company was putting itself on the auction block, I believe. I wasn't following the details of this stuff very closely because I'm looking at the chart. I'm not looking at, you know, fundamentals and corporate announcements, etc. So when the company said, hey, we're taking ourselves off the block, this thing dropped and plunged on down here. But the way this is trading and acting makes me suspicious that there still may be something going on. So I'm watching this. I'm not ready to jump in right now. And the reason is that when you look at this left-hand shoulder, it was about 2 months. And there's some pretty decent symmetry in here. I mean, and so really right now we haven't seen 2 months, okay, of action. So that's why I'm a little bit wary of the timing. And when I look at this, what kind of symmetry do you get from here to the head? Okay, so let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 weeks. And then we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 weeks, 17, almost 18 weeks. So it took, from the time it got to the head, it took longer to get to the neckline than the left-hand side. So it's a little bit kind of leaning that way. So right now I'm just going to watch and see if something develops a little bit further. It's on my radar. Yahoo's the same way, but it's for a different reason, different story. I think Yahoo's has completed 5 waves up, 5 minor waves. I've got them labeled. They could be intermediate waves, but 5 waves. And now it's got this sharp move back. This happened, I think, is all related to Alibaba and enthusiasm, etc. But so what does this look like to me? This looks like a flagpole, upside down flagpole. This looks like a flagpole and then the flag. Okay. So now what I'm watching for is, does this start to roll back over? Because we've got the 10 crossing below the 21 here. Do I come back down and get a close below this 10 and start to break down a little bit? And then I might start to get interested. I'm a little wary because right now this 21 is rising at a pretty nice angle, pretty nice rate. The other thing I want to just point out here is, let me go back to my mouse. See the dotted line up here? This is really interesting. Okay, where's that dotted line coming from? When you zoom back out, that's why sometimes it's good to look at the bigger picture on stocks. This resistance point, where the previous high back in late 2005, early 2006, was right up in here. Let me see if I can look at that. Okay, that's where the resistance point was, and I put it right at that peak, and that was high 43.66. Okay, so let's zoom back out of that. Let's go over here. I got to rescale this thing. Okay, and now we're going to zoom in. So 43.66, what was the high? $44. Okay, so 44 cents above that previous peak, and then we sell off. So talk about resistance coming in, selling, overhead supply coming in at that previous point, and now pushing it back down. So will it be interesting to see also, is this an ABC move? Are we going to get like an A, B, C? And is this move then? A lot of times, you know, the flagpole, if it breaks on down, you know, the move is equal to the move coming into the flag. So we'll have to watch to see what happens here. All right, that's it for this week. Those are the two I'm watching, Yahoo and Raxspace. Two we're looking at for tomorrow morning, Facebook and Pandora. And we're continuing to watch Best Buy also. All right, that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow night with a market update, and we'll take a look at if any of this stuff has developed and got implemented. So if you felt like the video was helpful, please share it on social media. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Gives you access to the Trade Ideas page and lets you know when you get emails when I put out new posts. And also, I will be tweeting, and when trade ideas look like they're about to get executed, I'll be, probably putting out a tweet on that. So you might want to follow me at Joe Henches if you're looking at kind of following the trade ideas in there closely. So it's just another thought to put out there on the table. That's it for today. I got to go watch my Cowboys play, and hopefully they'll play as well as they did last time. So, all right, thanks everyone. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.